For number 6, we have theta. It's an angle in quadrant 3, and we know that the sine of theta is negative 4/5. We want to find cosine and tangent. So let's go ahead and draw this. So we are in the third quadrant, somewhere over here. So we'll draw this triangle. Make sure you're always drawing these triangles with the x-axis, okay? Don't draw it with the y. That's not correct. All right, so the sine of this angle is negative 4/5. So the opposite side is negative 4, and the hypotenuse is 5. We can use Pythagorean theorem to find this third side, which should be 3. And since we've gone left and down, this needs to be a negative 3. So then cosine of theta is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, negative 3/5. And tangent of theta is going to be opposite over adjacent, so negative 4 divided by negative 3, which is positive 4/3. Okay. Also, all students take classes. Tangent should be positive, and it is. Cosine should be negative, and it is. Number 7 is just more calculator practice. I'm going to let you do that on your own. Make sure you're in degree mode for this first one. And then these two, you're going to have to switch to radian mode, okay? Because these are both in radians. Remember, cosecant is 1 over sine of 5, okay? And then you can do this one in your calculator. So do those in the calculator. You can check it on the notes, the PDF notes. All right. So we have been talking about these as angles. We can actually even move out of thinking of sine and cosine only in terms of angles. If we imagine wrapping a number line around the circle, and then every angle that we want is corresponds with this arc length on the number line, okay? Now, when we do this, our sine, remember sine is y over r. We learned that in the first part of this lesson. And if our radius is 1, sine is just y. Cosine is x over r, and if our radius is 1, cosine is just x, and tangent is still y over x. Okay, so let's check out this last problem here. We want to find the point on the unit circle that corresponds to the real number 7 pi over 3, and you use the results to evaluate sine, cosine, and tangent of t. All right, so we need to figure out where 7 pi over 3 is when we put it here. That's more than 2 pi, okay? So I'm going to find a coterminal angle by subtracting 2 pi. We're going to get common denominators, so it's going to be pi over 3. So 7 pi over 3 is the same thing as pi over 3. So we've gone all the way around the circle, and then we've gone pi over 3. So the reference angle for this is going to be pi over 3, or 60 degrees. And then we can draw that special right triangle again, just like we did before. Okay. So since this is 30, we have 1, 2, root 3. It's in the first quadrant, so everything's positive. So now we want to find the sine of t, which is opposite over hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. Cosine t, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, 1/2. And tangent of t, which is opposite over adjacent, which is root 3 over 1.